All right, we're back. What do we have here? That's a temporary electrical. Unfortunately, not hooked up. So I got some pretty good stories about this here temporary service. I'm not doing the electricity on this house, so like don't judge me. But called our electrician, said, hey, we need the temp. I feel like maybe like a week went by, whatever. Finally called back, said, dude, seriously, can we get some temp service out here? Yep. They sent a person out. They set that up. It rocks. We say, you want to level it? No, it's fine. They put the ground rod in. They rewire that thing out. There's a box in the ground here, which is kind of weird, but it underlines over to that box there. Originally, this was the lot line, and then they would split off to feed that lot, and they would split off to feed that lot. Well, they replotted all the lots, so now this is like kind of dead center in his lot. Anywho, that's where it's going to get hooked into. But because we live in the modern era, this must be inspected by an official. So the official came out and inspected and determined that that ground rod right there was insufficient. That we needed, in fact, 2 ground rods. So we failed. Well, I didn't fail. Somebody failed. It failed. So we called our electrician up, said, hey man, hate to break it to you, but your temporary service failed. And they're like, what? It's like, I don't know. I'm not in charge. Said they need 2 grounds. So they came out, stuck a second ground there, trenched her in. And the guy asked me, he said, well, did the dude do an ohm check? Because the way the code reads is if the electrical ground doesn't have, I'm not going to quote the numbers because I'm not an electrician, but there's a number. If it doesn't make that number, you put 2 in. And I was like, no, he kicked that, cussed, said there needs to be 2. And the guy that put it in was like, he's never put 2 ground rods in a temporary service ever in the history of his life. That guy that I'm building a house for, we'll just say for conversation's sakes, half a century he's building houses. They've had electricity the whole time. He's never put 2 ground rods in, or had 2 ground rods, or seen 2 ground rods. But yep, this is the modern era. 2 ground rods on a temp service. So we come here today. Hope I got everything censored here. Approved service. Not a final, not a rough in. See back. Nothing. Electrical. So, well, we're good. So all we need now is the local municipality to come drop a meter in and hook that thing to there, I guess. I don't really know. I'm not in charge of this. It's just like, I don't know how many weeks I've been begging for electric. And it's looking like we're down to the last couple of days. We might have some here shortly, potentially. I really don't know. It's kind of wild. So yeah, electric service. I mean, I've actually personally, where it was legal, we used to bury the post in the ground, make it solid, set the whole thing up. I'd put the ground rod in, all that. And then you just call somebody and they hook it up and it's done. Not anymore, not in the modern era. It was so crazy, they couldn't even make phone calls. It has to be emailed, so there's a quote-unquote electronic paper trail of all the correspondence, so that no one can claim later, well, I talked to you on the phone, but you are denying that I talked to you on the phone. Like, that's literally what, it's like, whoa, dude. Because when the guy was out here, he's like, no, I gotta have 2. I was like, dude, I'll just call my electrician right now. He'll just come out and drop one in. Nope. I gotta make a report. I gotta email it to them. They have to read the email. Then they have to send the guy out, and he has to do it. Then he has to email them back. Once he gets emailed back from them, he can come out and inspect. Once it's inspected, he can send the email out, say it's good. And then, like, I'm just like, dude, I had to walk away. I couldn't even deal with it. Like, my brain literally couldn't deal with it. I'm just like, dude, we just need power. I'm not running an arc welder or like a nuclear cooling station here. Like, I need a radio and like a circular saw. That'd be great. I do have a battery powered circular saw. I hate the thing. I want a real circular saw. I want a table saw. I want my chop saw. I want my chop saw stand. Like, I got real tools to build a house, not like toy battery powered garbage. Like, I got huge, awesome stuff. Need some power. It's like, whoa. Never in a million years did I ever think that I would live to see the day where you couldn't just get the temporary power hooked up. Yeah, go ahead. Comment below if you've dealt with insane power hookup shenanigans. I mean, just like, whatever. Bossman's down in the hole. So everything's zip tied off. Rebar's all in. All ladders work. All the foam work. Everything's done. We're getting ready to ring this thing with 2x4s to help straighten / stiffen. I'm I'm loading up the skid loader. Kind of like carrying, I don't like carrying wood. So we've got the skid loader loaded up with boards when they're on end are gonna be straight. Ooh, right, that was that wind looking though. So anyways, so they're not like that. They're gonna be straight. They could be bowing up and down because that's what wood does, but it'll be fine. I think we might have enough. If not, we'll have to get some more. I'm also thinking about doing this double 2x10. Oops. Double 2x10s around. So I got all that down there across where the foam is. Don't walk there. A little gap. I think we're just gonna go ahead and do that, make it safe. And then we'll probably start string lining and straighten stuff out, but whatever. It's just, I didn't know. Boss man said, "Did you see our tag?" And I was like, "No, we got a tag." I was like, "What did he must have came in the middle of the night." In the middle of the night, came and inspected that thing. Whatever. It just blows my mind. All right. Look, neighbor's trash is blowing in. Look, slow down, my children. You run my babies over. Yeah, right. Whatever. Later.